In this video, we are going to be dealing with scale animation. It's very similar to what we did in the positioning animation that we did. The same principle, the same logic. Just want to apply that same thing to scale animation. So I'm going to select my shape. I've named this circle already. If yours is not named, try and name it. So how do you name it? You just press enter and then you name it. So I'm going to click out. Then I'm going to press S. S is shortcut for scale. So at this point, I want this animation to to scale up and scale back down. So how am I going to do that? So I'm going to take it to maybe about 1 second because it's already scaled up this way. I'm going to click on this and then take it back to 0 seconds and then drag it back down, or click and put in the value of 0, right? And if I play this, I have this. Of course, it's looking boring. So I'm going to take it because I want it to also disappear at the end of 2 seconds. I'm going to highlight this, copy, and then paste at this. So when you're copying and paste, make sure you know where your time indicator is, because that will determine where you're going to paste in the key frame. So far so good. We have this animation, and of course I'm going to trim my work area. I'm going to press N to trim down my work area. So I'm going to play this again. I have this very boring animation, so I'm going to align these keyframes, press F9 to easy ease, go to my graph editor, and then I would like to do something interesting. So I'm going to align this, right? I'm going to tweak this a little bit, then tweak this down. If I play this now, you have something like this. The reason why it's very snappy because I make sure that the center is where we have it moving the fastest. Likewise here. So you can highlight everything and tweak all at the same time. I would like to show you some trick. I would like us to make this more interesting, and I'm introducing some tricks to you. From this alone, I can see that we can come up with something really interesting, like a load up screen for application or for, let's say, for a website. So how am I going to do that? So I'm going to duplicate this circle. I'm going to duplicate it. I'll select on my shape, go to edit, then click on duplicate. And as soon as I do that, you see I have circle 2. It's practically the same position. So I'm going to press P, then move it to the side. Right, just to have something like this, right? So of course, if I play this, it's going to be appearing at the same time. But this is not what I really want, and I want to create 2 more circles. So I'm going to align these 2. Then shortcut for duplicate is Ctrl D. For mark is Command D. So I'm going to press Command D. As you can see, circle 3 is on circle 1, though there's no 1 there, and circle 4 is on circle 2. So what I can do is to click on 1, then drag it up. 3 and 4 will be together, right? So we have circle 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going to align these 2, then press P for positioning, then drag it a bit to the side. Of course, I want this whole circle to be centralized, so I'm going to select the next 2 or the last one, then press P, the one that is on scale, then select everything, go to the position property, and then drag it to the side, so you have something that's a bit more centralized. I think this is good enough. Now if I play this, of course this looks cool, but it can look more interesting. So I'm going to pause this. Remember layer hierarchy. We can arrange our object in our layer panel, which this is the layer panel here, or in the timeline. So what do I mean? I want a solution the circle are appearing one after the other. So how am I going to do that? I'm going to make sure that my timeline is on 0 seconds, not necessarily, but I like to do that. I'm going to highlight everything, then press S, because that's where we have our animation. Then click out, just click out somewhere, making sure you're not clicking anything. Then click on circle 2, right? Just drag it a little bit down. Circle 3, drag it here. Let me press S on the very first one too, so I would know. I want it to be diagonal to where this is. So I'm going to drag this. I'm going to also drag this to this point, and drag this out as well, my work area. So if I play this now, of course I think it's getting there, but let's see what we can do. I think, what if we make it faster, right? Let's see how many frames. So let me zoom in some more. Let's say 5 frames. So 5 frames, take this down 5 frames. So I'm going to zoom out using my middle mouse. So I'm going to take this down, then zoom in. Let me see. So from 10 frames to 15 frames, and I think this should make it look interesting. So let me play this. Yes. So I'm going to zoom out and then click on 3 seconds. Let me just trim it to the last one here. So let me play this now. So as you can see, this is looking like something you will see on the website when it's loading or an app, right? So this is just a simple animation, simple scale animation. And I want you to go into the rotation property and try and do something cool. It's actually practically the same principle. Just see what you can do with rotation property. In the next video, I'll be showing you how you can combine all these animations together.